I have hit record, just so you guys know.
So what we're going to do is we're going to watch a video of a book featuring things about Michigan that teachers have recorded. Miss Ash and I have put little words with some intro on there, and then afterward we'll have a discussion about what we saw, what we liked, what we learned. So, yeah.
Okay, can everyone see my screen? Can you see the screen? Anybody? Yeah, okay. It's Miss Ash here from the Transition Band, and today Mr. John and I and some of our very special torrent friends are going to read a book to you about Michigan. And our book is called M is for Mitten. And the reason we're going to read this book for you today is because this summer our curriculum is going to focus on a tour of Michigan. And we are going to go visit different places each week in Michigan, so different regions. And to get it started, we thought it would be helpful to talk about all the things that make our state special. Are you ready?
Hello. Today we are going to be reading the book, M is for Mitten, A Michigan Alphabet, by Annie Appleford and illustrated by Michael Glenn Monroe.
A is for the apple blossoms, frilly as can be. It dances in the springtime breeze upon the apple tree.
The apple blossom is the state flower of Michigan. In late spring, this delicate flower blossoms with 5 pink and white petals.
B is for a great big bridge. It's called the Mackinac. Whichever side you may be on, you can drive across and back.
The Mackinac Bridge connects the upper and lower peninsulas of Michigan. It spans 5 miles over an area of water known as the Straits of Mackinac, which is where Lake Michigan and Lake Huron meet. One of the largest suspension bridges in the world, taking over 3 years to build, the mighty Mac opened to traffic in 1957. Before that, people traveled back and forth by boat. The brook trout is a small, colorful fish. It likes to swim in shallow lakes and streams. It is the state fish of Michigan and has red, green, and blue spots on its side.
Now C is for cherry. Little sweet ones, they fill my belly. Tart ones make me pucker, so they're made into jam and jelly. Hey, do you see anything else on this page that begins with the letter C?
Middle of the world. Western Lower Michigan is ideal for growing fruit such as cherries, apples, and peaches because Lake Michigan warms the passing air in spring and fall and cools it down in the summer, causing more moderate temperatures.
D is for Detroit. It's called the Motor City, where cars roll out of factories so bright and new and pretty.
Detroit is the largest city in our state. It was founded in 1701 by Antoine de la Motte Cadillac and was first called Fort Pontchartrain de Detroit, or du Detroit. Known as the automobile capital of the world, Detroit is home to General Motors, Ford, and Daimler Chrysler. It was the first city in the world to pave a mile of concrete road and to install a traffic light. But Detroit is most famous for more than just cars. It was also the birthplace of a record company called Motown, where many famous singers got their start. Did you know Detroit, Detroit, is the French word for strait, meaning a narrow passage of water connecting 2 larger bodies of water?
Eastern white pine starts with E, a tree so tall and straight, cut for timber long ago all throughout our state. We've had fun from A to E. What
What is next? Look and see.
The eastern white pine, Michigan state tree, is very tall and straight, making it a good choice for timber. Michigan was filled with white pine when the first European settlers came, and soon those and other newcomers began to harvest the trees in an era of the 1800s called the Big Cut. In the 1870s, enough eastern white pine was cut that if placed end to end, it would have made a path from Michigan to the moon.
F stands for Gerald R. Ford. He was president long ago. He is a very special man for Michigan. Did you know?
Gerald R. Ford, who grew up in Grand Rapids, was the 38th President of the United States of America. Before that, he was a University of Michigan football star, served on a World War II aircraft carrier, and represented Michigan in Congress for 24 years.
G is for our Great Lakes with water fresh and clear. To see a state that's edged in blue, just take a good look here. Michigan is full of wonder, and now you can see why. Let's turn the page and take a peek at the letters H and I.
Michigan is known as the Great Lakes State. It is bordered by 4 of the 5 Great Lakes, which are the greatest supply of fresh water in the world. To help you remember all 5 Great Lakes, think of the word homes, which stands for Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior.
H is for the harbors filled with boats and lights and docks. Some are soft and sandy, and some are filled with rocks.
Boaters use lighthouses to safely navigate around shallow or rocky areas and into harbors. Michigan has more lighthouses and more registered boats than any other state.
I is for the islands. There are many to be found. A piece of land that's big or small with water all around.
Michigan has hundreds of islands: Beaver, Drummond, Grand, and Mackinac, to name a few. The largest is Isle Royale in Lake Superior, which is the northernmost point of the state. The beautiful Isle Royale greenstone is our state gem.
J is for Jiffy Mix, a quick and easy treat.
Produced in Chelsea, Michigan, Jiffy was the world's first prepared baking mix. Mrs. Mabel White Holmes came up with the idea to produce a foolproof baking mix so anyone who could bake homemade quality biscuits and muffins quickly.
Go.
And the letter K is for Kellogg. They make breakfast good to eat. Crunch, crunch.
The cereal capital of the world. The Kellogg brothers accidentally discovered the process for producing flaked cereal products in their search for healthy foods and sparked the beginning of the dry cereal industry.
Lansing starts with the letter L. It's the capital of our state. Here the rules and laws are made that make Michigan so great.
1800s, Sault Ste. Marie was an important area for trade, and as the first European settlement, it was the region's first capital. In 1805, Detroit became the capital of the Michigan Territory. Michigan became a state on January 26, 1837, and Detroit remained the capital for another 10 years. Then, in 1847, after much debate, Lansing was awarded the honor of being the state capital of Michigan.
Now we have a special letter. I'm sure you'll understand. M is for mitten, the shape of our land. To see Lower Michigan, just hold up your hand.
The Lower Peninsula of Michigan is shaped like a mitten. Its unique shape, which is almost entirely surrounded by water, is due to the movement of glaciers, which carved gigantic lake basins and then melted to fill them thousands of years ago.
N is for the native people paddling in the north and for the northern lights flashing back and forth.
The word Anishinaabe means the first people of the land. Native people have lived here for thousands of years, and some of their inventions include the toboggan, the horseshoe, and the birch bark canoe. Michigan's Anishinaabe are known as the Three Fires people, the Chippewa, or Ojibwa, Ottawa, or Ottawa, and the Potawatomi, or Badowadami.
And O is for oar boats that cross our lakes with pride. They carry precious cargo to and from the ocean wide.
Oar boats, some over 3 football fields long, carry iron ore, copper, gravel, gypsum, coal, salt, and limestone from Michigan's mines to the industrial cities of the Midwest and throughout the rest of the world.
Hiding on a beach.
The Pataki Stone is the official state stone of Michigan. It is a fossil from before the time of dinosaurs and is only found in Michigan. Pataki stones look like an ordinary stone when they are dry, but when they are wet, you can see their grayish honeycomb pattern. Some people like to find these stones and polish them to a smooth, shiny, brownish gray color. Did you know that the painted turtle is our state reptile?
Q is for quadricycle, rumbling near and far. With just 4 wheels and 1 small seat, it was Henry Ford's first car.
Henry Ford's first gas-powered automobile was named the quadricycle. He built the engine in his kitchen and completed the quadricycle in a small shed. To get his 1896 invention out of this shed, he had to knock down a wall because it would not fit through the door.
R is for robin with red upon her breast, singing in the springtime to the babies in her nest.
Red-breasted robin is our state bird. Its song goes,
Now S is for sand dunes, drifting near the shore. When the wind begins to blow, they change their shapes once more.
Sand dunes are beautiful mounds of wind-blown sand. Living among the dunes are grasses, plants, trees, and the threatened dwarf lake iris, our state wildflower. The western shore of Michigan has many dunes, including the Sleeping Bear Dunes, which rise 460 feet above Lake Michigan.
Tahquamenon begins with T, 2 waterfalls on a river. The water rushes by so fast it almost makes us quiver. Ooh, what a sight! Falling, falling with all of its might.
Michigan has over 150 waterfalls, most of which are in the Upper Peninsula. The Tahquamenon Falls is the largest and most recognized of these and has 2 waterfalls. The upper falls drop nearly 50 feet and are more than 200 feet wide, while the lower falls have an island in the middle with 5 separate cascades on each side. The water gets its rich copper color from the decaying vegetation in nearby swamps.
Upper Peninsula begins with the letter U, rugged and beautiful for all to see. Lakes and rivers, ponds and streams are part of the great UP.
The Upper Peninsula is renowned for its natural beauty of mountains, rivers, lakes, forests, and wildlife. It is also rich in resources, particularly copper, iron ore, and timber. Can you see the shape of a running rabbit when you look at the Upper Peninsula?
With V. It was the first one made in the USA. It's as tasty as can be.
Verner's, created in Detroit, was the first soda pop made in the United States. In 1862, pharmacist James Verner was trying to make a new drink when he was called to serve our country in the Civil War. He left his secret concoction in an oak cask. When he returned home 4 years later, he discovered that his drink had acquired a delicious gingery flavor. And the rest is pop history. Make a cool, refreshing treat by mixing Verner's with ice cream.
W is for white-tailed deer, as well as wolverine. Wherever you are in Michigan, there's wildlife to be seen.
Michigan is nicknamed the Wolverine State and is a wonderland full of winter adventures, such as skiing and snowshoeing. The white-tailed deer is the state mammal and is a graceful creature of the forest. Did you know that deer shed their antlers each year?
The letter X marks the spot where ships have met their fate. Deep beneath the water, sunken boats and treasures wait.
Thousands of ships have sunk or crashed into the waters that border Michigan. Two of the most noted are the Griffin, which sank on its maiden voyage in 1679, and the Edmund Fitzgerald, a huge oar boat that sank in 1975 and was later immortalized in the song The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Y is for the many yachts that race along the lake. Some are slow and quiet, some leave a great big wake.
The Chicago to Mackinac Yacht Race is the oldest and longest freshwater yacht race in the world. Sailors have been challenging the unpredictable waters of Lake Michigan since the first race in 1898.
Z is for the Detroit Zoo. It's fun as fun can be. Now you've discovered Michigan from A to Z.
Detroit Zoo was the first zoo in America to feature cageless open exhibits that allow the animals more freedom to roam. The famous Bear Hill was the first exhibit of this type, and today it remains a favorite among children of all ages. Okay, guys, so that was the Michigan ABC book, and we wanted to know what you thought. Did you learn anything new? Was there something really interesting? Molly, did you like it? Yeah. Yeah. What about you, AJ? Were you listening? Do you have fun? Okay, so did anybody learn anything new? Teachers can be included.
I did not know that Jiffy Mix was a Michigan thing.
If I walk out my backyard and through my neighbor's yard behind me, I can see the Jiffy Mix plant.
You were holding on to me this whole time.
It's like a 7-minute walk from my house.
So that's what I learned.
I didn't know about the quadricycle. Or that he made it in his kitchen.
I didn't either. I didn't know that they had taken down so many trees that it could reach the moon. John and I did the math on it yesterday. And it was like, how many million trees or something like that?
I think it's over 100 million.
Yeah, it was like ridiculous numbers because white pines at that time grew to 200 feet, whereas today they only grow 50 to 80 feet. So we did the math on it, and it was a lot.
It could be up to 200 feet tall, 5 feet in diameter, and 200 years old.
Wow. There's a white pine forest up by my parents' cottage in Presque Isle.
Oh, nice. Did anyone else learn anything? Okay. Well, we have a quick activity to try just to see how much we all paid attention.
I wanted to add a little bit of something that I learned I had to come out of the outside. It's a little bit windy, so I don't know how much it's broken up. But yeah, with Michigan's lumber thing, I know, Ashley, you just said that they built enough to reach the moon and back. Something to add to that, I don't know how, but if you were to take the entire state of Michigan, both upper and lower peninsula, we create enough board feet to cover the entire surface of both upper and lower peninsula with wood. That's how much, and then we basically rebuilt Chicago after the fire.
Huh.
I don't know how much is coming through. Everything's kind of...
No, you sound fine.
That's pretty cool.
You're good.
I did not know that either.
Yeah. And I remember singing karaoke for Larry Fitzgerald.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen again?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to do a review and see if everyone paid attention to see what we learned in the book. And do you guys remember what the letter A was for? Was it for anemone or apple blossom?
I say apple blossom.
Good job, friends. All right. B, was it for the Mackinac Bridge or the Manhattan Bridge?
Mackinac Bridge.
Good job, Miss Angie. All right. What about C? Was it for cherries or coconuts?
Cherries.
Connie, that's cheating. You read that one.
It's good. I played.
All right. D is for Denver or Detroit?
I can do that one too. Detroit.
Good job.
Remember.
All right. E is for eastern white pine or elm tree?
Eastern white pine.
John, you cannot play.
Okay.
Ooh, we're skipping to the bottom. Hold on. All right. F is for Franklin D. Roosevelt or Gerald R. Ford?
Ford.
Gerald R. Ford.
Go, Mr. Eric. And Miss Cassie. Coming in late and still getting it. All right. G is for Geneva Lake or the Great Lakes?
Great Lakes.
H is for harbor or helipad?
Harbor.
Harbor.
Try to trick you guys. I put the Michigan helipad in there. All right. I is for igloo or island?
Island.
Okay. J is for Jiffy or Juicy Juice?
Jiffy.
Jiffy. Wait.
Good job, guys. Okay. K is for...
Their muffin makes great pancakes.
I like their blueberry muffins. Kashi or Kellogg?
Kellogg.
Kellogg's.
Okay.
Don't forget the cornbread.
Yeah. L is for Lexington or Lansing?
Lansing. Ashley.
Lansing.
Very good.
Good job, guys. Okay, M is for
Nice work.
mask or mitten?
Mitten.
Okay. N is for Northern Eskimos or Native people?
Who takes them?
Native people.
O is for an oar boat or an open wagon?
Or boat.
Okay. P is for painted turtle or pigeon?
Painted turtle.
Okay. How about Q is for quad runner or quadricycle?
Quadricycle.
Nice. R is for Robin or the Red Cardinal?
Robin.
S is for Sahara Desert or sand dunes?
Sand dunes.
Okay. T is for Tokyo or Tahquamenon Falls?
Tahquamenon Falls.
Okay. U is for the Ukraine or the Upper Peninsula?
Upper Peninsula. UP.
Yeah. Let's go.
Field trip. Okay, V is for Velveeta or Verner's?
Verner's.
Michigan Conference, the Verner.
Okay, we're on our last couple. W is for white-tailed deer or white rabbit?
White-tailed deer.
White-tailed deer.
Okay, and then X is for X marks the spot or X-ray?
X marks the spot.
Good job, Mr. Terrence.
Knockout.
Oh, Y is for yacht or yellow submarine?
Yeah.
Okay, and Z is for New Zealand or Detroit Zoo?
Zoo.
All right, good job, guys. All right, is there anything else we want to share today or talk about?
Michigan is beautiful today, everyone. Get out and enjoy. Go just take a back road drive or something if you don't have anything better to do.
All right.
Especially in Jackson County, because it's Jackson week.
That it is. All right, well, thanks for hanging out today, guys.
Nice job, everybody.
Good job. Thanks, Miss Ashley.
Bye, everybody.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye,
team.
AJ.
Way to go. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
All right, bye.